My name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am the natural born thriller because I'm the thriller and I'm born to be the natural. And I just botched that. And if you don't like that, beat it. So yeah, I did botched it. So yeah, I was supposed to say, I'm the natural born thriller because I'm the natural and I'm born to be the thriller. So sue me. So what's going on, YouTubers? Ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, welcome to my video. And thanks for the thumbs up, by the way, whoever just giving those thumbs ups. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, where do I start? Now, before I get started, I want to apologize because, no, not because of that botch, but I want to apologize because I wanted to do a YouTube video about, let's see, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm trying to remember exactly when I wanted to do that. But yeah, it was 2 days ago. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do it. And yesterday, I didn't get a chance to do it either because I was busy doing something else. But basically, something personal. But I'll leave it as that. But basically, I wanted to do a video. Not just any video, but a rant video. And that rant video, obviously, is going to go directly to Roman Hall's production. Because once again, he is at it again. He's once again, complaining to the smarks, the internet, the marks, of the wrestling community on that. Because the way that a wrestler is carrying titles. And what do I mean by that? Let's get to it. Roman Reigns. If I remember, if I remember Roman Reigns from last year when he became the WWE United States Champion, do y'all remember how he carried the belt? Do you remember how he carried that title belt? Well, let me show you a good example. Let's pretend that this belt right here is a World Championship belt, or should I say, with Roman Reigns being a United States Champion, from last year, let's pretend this is the United States Championship belt. You remember how he carried the United States Championship belt by carrying it like this? Like he's carrying a backpack? That's exactly how he's doing it right now with the WWE Intercontinental Championship belt that he won from The Miz from last week's Raw. Or should I say 2 weeks ago from Raw, because Roman's getting to Monday, I mean, basically, which is going to be tomorrow. But yeah, I get my point, though. But last week, we all saw Roman Reigns coming out to, start the show from last week's Raw. And he had the Intercontinental Championship belt in his hand. He raised it up. And then he started to do like this. Carrying it on his shoulder like this. Carrying like it's his own personal backpack. And that's the problem that us wrestling fans are having with Roman Reigns. It's the same thing that he did with the Intercontinental Championship belt is the exact same thing that he did with the United States Championship belt from last year. And why did he do that last year? Because he was being demoted. Because he got caught from being suspended for 30 days, of the wellness program. He failed the policy of the wellness program. That's what I'm basically trying to say there. So that from there he lost his WWE Championship belt because of that, and then he was demoted, being taken away at the main event scene for a while, and then they gave him the United States Championship belt as a demotion, and he took it as a demotion. And John Cena pointed that out, by the way. If you remember that build up for No Mercy for 2017, Roman Reigns versus John Cena, the contract signing where John Cena mentioned that Roman Reigns, when he became the current champion, he took it as a demotion, which was true. When it comes to John Cena coming that type of promo to Roman Reigns, John Cena usually he speaks the truth about what he talks about in his promos. Sometimes it's phony, but that was true of what John Cena was talking about Roman Reigns, how he carried the belt. So yeah, this basically it's going to be my me firing back at Roman Hall, from Roman Hall Productions, that fat piece of shit. Once again, he's at it again, talking down to all the smarks, all because of Roman Reigns carrying the way he's carrying the Intercontinental Championship belt. And then he also brings up, guys from the past, the way they carry their belts. For example, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Y'all remember how Stone Cold Steve Austin became the champion? Stone Cold Steve Austin carried the WWF Championship belt, but then it also became the the Smoking Skull Championship belt too. So, you know how Stone Cold, grabs the, he always carries the belt like this. Again, pretend it's the championship belt. How he always takes the belt and walks like this. Like he's dragging the belt. That's And same thing with The Rock, by the way. The Rock too. The Rock, the way he, I'll get to Rock momentarily, but let me get back to Stone Cold. So Stone Cold's taking the belt. He's just he's carrying it like this and all that. He's walking around with the belt, just dragging the belt with him. And then he does this with the belt. Yeah, because that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold says so. Not only he did with the champion, with the WF Championship belt, but he also did with the tag team belts. Because he was one half of the tag team champions. He also did with the Intercontinental Championship belt. He did when he was a WF champion for 6 different locations, and including to his own custom made championship belt. Again, the Smoking Skull Championship belt. And why Stone Cold does that? Because of his character. I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. Nobody tells me what to do. That he's supposed to be the bad guy. He's supposed to be a guy who breaks the rules. No one tells him what to do. He's a what do you say? Like a rebel and all that. So yeah, he's the type of character that he doesn't care about anybody or anything. So and another thing, the way Stone Cold just carries the belt every time when he walks out there, he does it with swag. He's got swag. But unfortunately, Roman Hall has a problem with that one. And then we get to The Rock. You remember how The Rock was the champion? He always before he used to just carry the belt on his shoulder like this, like how every championship like how every champion should hold onto belts like that. Like Yokozuna did, Big Daddy Cool Diesel did, Shawn Michaels did, Bret the Hitman Hart did. Even though he sometimes he wear around his waist and all that, but you know what I mean, like carrying like this, not like this, like this. Yeah, on the champ, like that. I don't have a real championship belt, so I'm just using this belt as a suggestion, to make a point. But and then also on The Rock, The Rock's starting to do like Stone Cold did. He starts walking out. The Rock does this, walking out with the belt. He drags it, and then as soon as he gets to the at ringside, he gets on the apron, he gets to the corner, he does this with the belt, and he starts doing this. You smell what The Rock is cooking, the champ. That's how The Rock does it, and The Rock does it with swag. But apparently, Roman Hall also got a problem with The Rock the way he carries the belt too. And then we get to, I'll get to this person right now, so I can get that person out of the way. Dolph Ziggler. Do you remember how Dolph Ziggler was when he became the he became champion? Doesn't matter if he was the United States champion, the Intercontinental champion. Doesn't matter if he was the World Heavyweight champion. Remember how Dolph Ziggler always wears his championship belt? Basically the front of the front of the gold, where he's putting it on his he's wearing the strap and all that, and he's on his back, and then he starts gyrating, shaking his ass and all that. And then also he starts, and then when he turns around, he starts turning the belt around and then he shows everyone he's wearing the belt around his waist. So yeah, and the reason Dolph Ziggler did that is because he's a show off. He's showing off that he's the champion and everything, and he's basically showing off his moves and all that, and because he's a show off and all that. But apparently Roman Hall also got a problem with that too. But the one thing I will agree with Roman Hall from Roman Hall Productions, you can, if you want to, if you think he's worthy enough to subscribe to him, you could subscribe to that guy, to that fat piece of shit who doesn't know who he's talking about, because he's always got talked down to us marks, to us internet fans, and to us marks, because we love indie wrestling and we love our favorites and we don't like his favorites, right? But yes, but as I was saying, the one thing I will agree on with Roman Hall, and then one thing I can't be on agreement with him with this one, WWE needs to fire Dolph Ziggler because they're not doing anything with him, and I agree with him. Yeah, get rid of Dolph Ziggler. I don't care about Dolph Ziggler anymore. Fuck him. He's dead to me. He should never mock the Ultimate Warrior. He should never mock Randy Savage. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you don't remember that, he did a SmackDown. It was a SmackDown episode where Dolph Ziggler was doing these elaborate entrance where he was making fun of Macho Man Randy Savage, and then he started making fun of the Ultimate Warrior. And that's why I don't care about Dolph Ziggler anymore. So if there's one thing I do agree with Roman Hall, is that WWE needs to fire Dolph Ziggler because there's nothing for Dolph Ziggler in the WWE anymore. So fuck him, and fuck Roman Hall too. But yeah, apparently Roman Hall has a problem with Dolph Ziggler winning the championship belt, even though Dolph Ziggler is the way he does that because he's a show off. He's showing off to the ladies, and basically he just can't help himself. Dolph Ziggler is the type of character where he's just a show off. Now let's get to MNM. MNM, which is Mercury Nitro, and their valid manager, which we're going to say Molina. So apparently, Roman Hall also got a problem with Johnny Nitro and Joey Mercury, where they were carrying their tag team championship belts on SmackDown, which was back in 2005. By having their respective tag team championship belts, hanging from their crotch area. I'm not gonna do that, but but there's a reason why that was done that way. Because Molina, who's in the middle of Mercury and Nitro, they walk down the aisle. After they walk on the red carpet, and the paparazzis are out there, snapping pictures at them. The flash, and all that. They make their elaborate entrance. They get to the ringside, and then Molina stops them, and then she starts feeling the gold on them. She's feeling the championship gold on Nitro and Mercury. That's that the belts that they have. That's they have it on hanging from the crotch area. Now I'm not saying that they were showing the crotch. I'm just saying because they're wearing belts. Obviously for they're wearing belts for their wrestling tights. And and they have their championship belt attached to the belt from the buckle area, where it's dangling from their crotch area basically. So, and that's why Molina is doing that, rubbing the belt on rubbing the gold onto Mercury and Nitro, because that's supposed to be their thing. Eminem, Molina is into these two guys. Not saying that they were doing a threesome, but I'm just saying. But yeah, that's the reason. That's the only reason why that the Mercury and Nitro were wearing the belts like that. Because Molina, they had to do the spot with Molina is on feeling the gold on them. Where the golds are hanging from the crotch area. But of course, Roman Hall has got a problem with that too. And I can't remember who else he was talking trash to about the way this person was carrying the championship belt as well. Let me also throw this name in there. When The Undertaker was the American Badass, how he comes up with his motorcycle? He always wears the belt around his neck, like this. Or wrapped around his head like this. Hold on a second. It's a good example. Kind of like this. Wear it like this, because basically around his head. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, Bubba Ray Dudley did it before too, and the Usos. Well, the Usos do it right now because the Usos are they have swag and all that. Undertaker's got swag. Bubba Ray Dudley, he's got swag. Oh. But when it comes to Roman Hall, he's got a problem with that too. But there's no problem with Roman Reigns the way he carries the belt like this. Carrying the belt like this, like it's a backpack. Or here's nothing. Roman Hall doesn't have a problem with John Cena the way he carried his belts. Yeah, remember how he carried the both the WWE Championship belt and the World Championship belt. It was it was called the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt at from 2004. I mean 2014. My excuse me. Remember how John Cena wore the belt? This is how he wore the belt. Hold on a second. Let me do this. Well, we're almost done. All right, here we go. This is how John Cena wore the belts like this. He was wearing the WWE Championship belt, and again, pretend these are championship belts, but just a regular belts, but again, pretend. This was the WWE Championship belt, and this was the World Heavyweight Championship belt. And John Cena comes out here, wearing the belts like this, and he starts walking down like he's got swag. No, John Cena doesn't have swag. Neither does Roman Reigns. Neither he doesn't have any swag either. Because they're both trash. They're both garbage. They're both lack charisma. They both lack personalities. Well, sort of. A little bit with John Cena, but Roman Reigns, he lacked personality. But no, when it comes to Roman Hall, the way that John Cena and Roman Reigns carry the belts, it's not a problem. But when it comes to guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Bubba Ray Dudley, The Usos, Eminem, Mercury and Nitro, and when it comes to Dolph Ziggler, when it comes to them, the way they carry their belts, oh, that's disrespectful and all that, right? No, the way that Roman Reigns doing it is disrespectful, because once again, like he did with the United States Championship belt from last year, he's doing the same thing with the Intercontinental Championship belt. Even though WWE, in a private room, they told him he's going to get his reward at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar to become the Universal Champion. It's going to happen, folks. Whether we like it or not, it's going to happen, and we have no choice but to deal with it. And the WWE is what's going to keep on falling and falling and falling and falling, and lose a lot of money because of that. But yeah, Roman Reigns, he knows he's going to become the next the next Universal Champion. So why does he have to feel the need when it comes to him being the Intercontinental Champion to carry it like this, like he's carrying a backpack? Fucking garbage. He's fucking trash. And the way he tried to carry the belt like that, like he's cool, he's got a swag. No, he's not fucking cool. He doesn't have any fucking swag. He doesn't care about the Intercontinental Championship belt, just like he didn't care about the United States Championship belt. He has no respect for any championship belts. Stone Cold did. The Rock did. Dolph Ziggler did. Eminem did. Undertaker, Bubba Ray Dudley, the Usos, and I can't think of who else I can name off the bat, but yeah, I get my point. John Cena, Roman Reigns, they don't have any swags when it comes to the way they carry the championship belts. Like, seriously. Roman Hall, I don't know what's his deal with when it comes to always gotta complain about these fans because they're talking about Roman Reigns, the way he's carrying the belt and everything. There's a problem with that. There is a problem with that. The way the Roman Reigns carrying the belt is not the way you're supposed to carry the championship belt. That's not how you're supposed to carry a championship belt where when the company is giving you that belt, you're supposed to carry it like it means something. And the way that Roman Reigns carrying it, he's carrying it like it's garbage. So the way I see it with Roman Reigns when he was in the United States Champion, he's basically what's the word, disrespecting the greats ones, the greats who were United States champions, like Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Magnum TA, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Ric Flair. And I could name, Steve Austin, obviously, when he was called Stunning Steve. And now he's doing the exact same thing with the Intercontinental Championship belt. For the guys that made that belt mean something, like, for example, the Ultimate Warrior, the Macho Man Randy Savage, the Honky Tonk Man, even though some people will disagree with that. I'm just saying. The Magnificent Morocco, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H. Who else am I doing there? Oh, yeah. Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio Jr. I could name a couple more of my back, but I don't want to just be basically, I don't want this to be too long, basically, so. But yeah, get my point. Roman Reigns doesn't care about that belt. He doesn't care about that Intercontinental Championship belt, just like he didn't care about the United States Championship belt. That's why he's carrying it the way he's carrying it. Maybe not because it was a demotion when he's the United States Champion, but as the Intercontinental Champion, he doesn't care about that belt. And you got the commentators saying that, this is the one belt that Roman Reigns wanted to win. No, he doesn't want that belt. Why he want that belt? And that's another thing. They're saying he brought prestige into that championship belt. No, how he's bringing prestige in that championship belt? The way that he's carrying it, like it's a backpack. Again, keep in mind, he's carrying it like it's a backpack. And by the way, is he talking about how his cousin was a great United States champion? No. Or I mean, Intercontinental champion? No, he's not. Excuse me, I meant to say Intercontinental championship, not United States championship. he's not talking about how he always wanted to be the Intercontinental champion, or he's gonna make the Intercontinental championship belt to be incredible. The Miz done that. The Miz did that. But no, we're not gonna talk about Miz who brought Prestige back into the Intercontinental championship belt. No, we're gonna talk about Roman Reigns talking about how he's brought Prestige back into that Intercontinental championship. Fucking bullshit. So Roman Hall doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about when it comes, to these wrestlers, the way they're carrying the belts. And apparently, when it comes to Roman Hall, he has no problem with Roman Reigns carrying the belt like that. And here's another good example too, by the way. Tatsuya Naito from New Japan Pro Wrestling, who's a member, the leader, should I say, of Los Ingobernables. The way he carried the belt, it's like kind of like Stone Cold Steve, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, where he doesn't care about anyone. Because he's a heel. He's like, nobody tells me what to do, and the only person I listen to is myself. Know that, and I make my own rules. And the way he carried the belt, he carries it. He basically takes it like this, walks with it. And what does he do with it at when he walks with the belt? But he tosses it like this, like it's garbage and all that, and then he starts throwing the belt on the ground, and he starts stomping on the belt, and he starts basically trying to destroy the belt. When Tatsuya Naito, when he held on to the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship belt, same thing with the IWGP, with the IWGP Intercontinental Championship belt. So yeah, but Roman Hall's not talking about that part, by the way. When it comes to, oh yeah, that's right, Roman Hall doesn't watch anything else other than WWE, because according to Roman Hall, the only thing that's the only wrestling promotion to watch is WWE. Yeah, so that's it doesn't surprise me, by the way. Yeah, but yeah, he wouldn't know about that, because Roman Hall doesn't watch anything else but WWE. Even though we got all these indie wrestlers that came from Japan, from the United Kingdom, from Canada, from Mexico, and from any other indie promotions, either in America or anywhere else, that are now working for WWE. Not all of them, but I'm just saying, though, just a handful. But yeah, Roman Hall, he's got some issues. He really do got some issues, and all he does is come on here on YouTube, ranting about everything that these smarks talking about when it comes to WWE. All he does is talk about is ranting about the smarks about WWE and everything, But whatever. Before I end this, folks, maybe see something here. I gotta read some comments here. I see some comments here. Oh, okay. Yeah, basically, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Mr. Rican J. He's basically has issues with legends that carry the championship belts, which I don't get. I don't get why. Makes no sense. Yeah, I agree. Anthony Hunter, our Roman Hall Productions, takes everything he says and puts it off as facts. Yeah, I agree. He does, which is, by the way, that is all. It's all nothing but bullshit. When it comes to Roman Hall, they're trying to make Roman Reigns Grand Slam champion, which, by the way, they are, because Roman Reigns is Vince McMahon's chosen one, his guy. So, and finally, no matter what WWE does to get Roman over, he will never be over, which is true. He will never be over, and it's a shame. It's nothing. It's not even Roman Reigns' fault that Roman Reigns is in that position. It's the fault of WWE for putting him in that position in the first place, where they know at the time he wasn't ready. He's not over yet. And one more thing before I go, Anthony was talking about, I believe that Roman Hall Productions has narcissism problems. Yeah, I think so too. He got some problems. I don't know what kind of problems he has, but yeah, he's got some problems. He needs to sell those problems right now, because man, he's a mess. He obviously doesn't know what he's talking about. Obviously doesn't know what he's talking about, because all he watches is WWE. For those who only watch WWE, you don't know anything else about wrestling. and that's just my opinion. But there you go, folks. That's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna end the video from here. So thank you all for watching. My last video, I didn't get a chance to do this, but in case I do forget about it, I will do it in every video to remember to let you all know. So if you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Basically, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. I don't care if you dislike this video. You're entitled to either hit the like button or the dislike button to know what you get out of this video. So and plus what you get out of my YouTube channel. When it comes to giving you content. So yeah, that being said, I'm gonna end it from here. So thank you all for watching. By the way, I'm gonna do another separate video, another rant. This time, it's my issue with RomanHallProductions again. Yeah, what a surprise, right? This time, to one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, in this generation, in Shinsuke Nakamura, because he's got problems with Shinsuke Nakamura about fans wanting him to win the Royal Rumble. But I'll get to that then on my next video. So that being said, thank you all for watching. You all take care. Good night. Peace on the streets. For those who won't be joining me after this, but for those who will be joining me after this, I'll talk to you all soon. In a couple of minutes. But for now, I am out because I am the natural born thriller. Because I'm the natural, and I'm born to be the thriller. And if you don't like it, beat it.